How are we there, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Smashing Crossbar Podcast. I'm your host, Josh, joined by Ben as always. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are we doing on this fine Monday evening?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, not too bad. Another start of another week. Plenty of football over the weekend. Friggin' tips up to shit.
Yep, I know. I got 3.
Yeah. Oh, I got 4. I think only purely because I tipped a draw. That was pretty much it, and it was just a lucky tip of the draw, and happy days.
I tipped everybody that was supposed to win that didn't again.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much all the wins in that I got as well. Probably other than Spurs, I think. I'm forever blowing bubbles. There it is. Here they come, flood in.
Oh, that was the one that got me. I was sitting there going, "Oh, West Ham are in good form at the moment."
7 months.
If anyone's going to knock off the Reds, it would be West Ham, and I'm like, "Nah, I'll play it safe."
7
Yeah,
months.
that shot me in the ass.
7 months without a loss, and to get beat by the Hammers, I'll take it.
The informed team.
They played well. They played really, really well. There's no question about it. The own goal scenario with Allison was a bit dodge for me. I thought it probably shouldn't have been a goal. But anyway, you know, I'm not going to whinge about it. It is what it is. And VAR looked at it and said it was all good. So leave it at that. And yeah, they come away with the chocolates, and good on them. They played well, and they kept us quiet, pretty much. You know, when Trent Alexander-Arnold scores and Origi's got to come off the bench and do his magic, they played well. So good on them. How is everybody? Obviously, if everyone's looking at the screen right now, we can see 2 different shades of gold. Benny's wearing the new strip, brand new, hot off the press. Well, not hot off the press because it must have been in production a little bit because the old A-League logo is still there. So the Jets were definitely off the mark when they wanted the goal. They were like, "Yep, bang, lock it in early, get it all underway.
Well,
let's get the
like I said, I had a theory on it.
Yep.
And then it was the blue was meant to be the home kit, the white was meant to be the away kit, and this was meant to be the third kit. And then when they've realised finally that everyone's up in arms about finally going back to our roots in gold, they've just gone, hey, Viva, can we make that one the home kit now and that one the third kit now? Okay, thanks.
Yeah. You know, it is... I think... I knew Ben was going to wear the shirt, so I figured I'd wear one of the original golds.
Yeah.
And you can clearly tell the difference, yeah? Like, again,
well,
my lighting's not as good as his, so it's definitely going to shine brighter in that respect, but you can definitely tell the difference in shades of gold.
And it's purely based on the fact that football kits tend not to use a silky material anymore. Yeah,
which is a shame, especially for us bigger blokes, because the silkier stuff likes to stretch a bit, so...
and then I tend to go the other way, because on us very skinny small blokes, it makes us sweat a lot.
Yeah. So...
These actually breathe, they're light. But as I mentioned earlier, it's nice to be back in a kit that feels nice to wear. The Appel stuff, I like the designs, but the material felt cheap.
Yeah, which brings the question, has anyone else got their kits yet? Is there anyone else?
Yeah.
I haven't purchased mine yet. I'm glad I didn't now after seeing Ben's. But that wasn't the reason. I'd like to think it was. Oh, no.
Medium Dale.
Hey! Well,
Medium Dale.
But yeah, so I'm wearing one of the retros. Friggin' kitted out, fully signed by the squad. I think it's a 2010, I think this one is. The squad is anyway. The shirt's not. I know that, but the squad is a 2010 squad.
Looks big on you. Yeah, I like to have them. Oh, they're not overly long.
Yeah,
but they are wide across the shoulders.
Yeah. You want it to be that little. I think for me,
I like it to be
football shirts. I like to be swimming. Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I like them a little bit bigger because you've seen me, Dale. When I go to games, I will not stand there and freeze. I will wear this over my jumper.
Yeah. That's it. There's things like that, and just the simple fact that
and I'm generally covered up the wazoo in scarves.
Yeah, with that. Well, even just the active side of things, like friggin' I like to be jumping around and friggin' buzzing and shit like that, and I don't like to be doing that when I'm restricted. Yeah, I like to feel free and let's friggin' happy days, and yeah. But yeah, look, it looks good. It looks better now. It's the first one I've seen, obviously, with outside of a Photoshop side of things,
because you can't really see the printing, like
yeah.
It's got the diagonal thingo print, but in the images it really stands out. You don't notice it when you've got the kit.
Yeah.
Like when you've got it on. Like I have to actually like really look to see the patterning on the material.
Yep. I'm waiting for the Western United to release the purple keeper kit. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, that's the only one.
I thought they said they weren't. That was only a teaser.
No, they are releasing it. I did hear that.
They are releasing it now? I think because
releasing
people had a fucking uproar about it. That's why.
I think it'll be one of those limited release scenarios, but they are. I have heard they will be releasing a select few at least. So yeah, be sure to jump on that one, though. But yeah, so
you'll never get it off him.
Hey,
you'll never get it off him. We know what he's like.
Yeah.
A goalkeeper kit in purple, you won't get it off him.
Nah, 100%, absolutely right. So yeah. So before we get into it, just another big shout out to Gabriel Marp, optometrist at Jesmond for all your optical needs. Be sure to go down and see those guys. They are absolute legends down there. They do a great job, and we thank them very much for their sponsorship throughout the year.
And mentioning them,
yeah,
I got a text message from one of their competitors the other day.
Oh, did you? Did you reply back?
Going, it's been a year since you've had your eyes tested. Better come in and get them done again.
Yeah. Yeah, mate, buy two, friggin' get them to sign the other one and frame it. Top idea.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So yeah, big shout out to those guys. Be sure to go see them for all your eye care needs and so forth. Yeah, top lads down there, all the team and so forth for whatever you may need optical wise. Tonight's show, nice clean cut show. We are going to be pretty well talking going. Gone. He's gone. I've been saying that a lot over the last couple of weeks. It is, unfortunately, that time of year for the coaches. The second period of international breaks before Christmas comes as one of the most common axing times for coaches. Pretty well straightforward. They've got 2 weeks to sort their shit. So they can sack early, and then they've got 2 weeks to either if they haven't found a coach already, find one and ease them in and get them settled in and so forth before they get back to playing football. So there's plenty been axed in the last couple of weeks. There's plenty been axed since the season started from all 5 of the biggest clubs. 5 of the biggest competitions.
4 of 5.
4 of the 5, yeah. None in France.
Nobody's been sacked in the Farmers League yet.
Yeah, do we touch wood, or do we hope for one at least?
You watch, we'll do the podcast and one of them will get fucking the axe tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you watch. 100%. So we're going to go through that in our thoughts and on some of the sackings and so forth. We'll delve into the other leagues and just give a bit of a rundown on who's been axed out of there. In regards to more so probably the clubs, more so than the managers. It'll be pretty much, you'll know the clubs more than you will the managers in some respects. But we'll delve into that a little bit. We'll touch on the A-League axing scenario. Who do we think's gonna, who's on thin ice? We've touched on it briefly in the past episodes and so forth, but we'll touch on that because let's be honest, there's a few clubs there at the moment that could definitely push the button. If they see fit. Western Sydney Wanderers has got to be top of the tree for that, but time will tell there. So we'll talk about that, and obviously the big one is the FA Cup game happening on Saturday night, 7:45. You can watch it live on 10 if you're not in Melbourne, but if you're down here, lucky enough for us, we ended up being able to get some tickets this afternoon. Generously from GMHBA as well, $10 tickets, happy days. I'm not going to lie, guys, it was a little weird having to friggin' buy an away ticket. First time in nearly 6 years. Laurie was thought of today, don't worry about that. But yeah, so anyway, we've purchased our tickets. We'll be down there Saturday night, down at one of the pubs beforehand and so forth, and having a few beers and whatever, and then head over to the game and enjoy some football. hopefully just watch the boys go around for a good 90 minutes. That's the biggest thing. A win would be great. But
it's not what we'll be watching.
Yeah, no, as I said, and better, you guys know more than most that, better than I analyse the game watch the game in a completely different light. And we criticise the tactical side of things more than we do what they did on the score sheet and stuff like that. So it'd be good just to see the guys in a high tempo match, which
something to play for.
With both teams, exactly. Something to play for. Neither team wanting to lose. Western United have just come off a 3-1 loss, I think, to Sydney. To Melbourne City. We had a win against MacArthur. But, again...
Just a little one.
Just a little one. Yeah, we played well, apparently. Yeah, all strikers on the score sheet, which is good to see.
All the internationals got on the score sheet. Fumbles himself got on the score sheet.
Yeah, Fumbles even got a go. Bloody hell. Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much what's on tonight. Pappas already. Pappas already.
Getting the sack, he reckons.
On the block, yeah. Yeah, they brought out another little coach's presser or whatever it was today, which was good.
Yeah.
A few questions and so forth asked in there. Pretty much straightforward answers and so forth. But yeah, no, it's good. Women doing some business. Obviously, the international signing is a good one. She's just come off a cup, whatever cup it was. She won a title of something. She scored a goal in that cup final, and she's pretty well known over in those parts of the world. So it'd be good to see what she can come in here and do. She's a natural goal scorer, as the coach has said, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
We hope she enjoys her 4-month holiday.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to.
Because that was the first thing Josh and I picked out from the friggin' the media release that was there. It wasn't who it was, what the person's name was. It was the fact that it was only a 4-month contract, and we went, oh, for fuck's sake.
I think it's a bit. I thought, for me, the biggest problem with it was I just feel it was just disgusting that they labelled it as 4 months and just not a fucking season-long stint.
Yeah.
Right? Why label it as 4 months? Why not just go, she's out here on a 1-year deal? Like, how hard is that?
Well, she's out here for the season.
Yeah. Season-long deal. Like, shit. Why label it as 4 months? Like, it's just bullshit. But anyway, fans want them to win. They quickly judge the Pappas and the team. Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, guys. Yeah, the
general supporter is going to be expecting a fucking miracle.
Yeah. It's early days, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll get
this time next week. They'll be calling for his head whether we win or lose.
Well, this is the biggest thing now, isn't it? This is going to be the first hit out that everyone's going to be able to watch. Yeah, so they're going to watch it live, and they're going to watch it, as close as you can possibly get to being there. If not better in points, because you're right over the top of the ball in some aspects. And it's gonna put the test on obviously all the fans. That's the biggest thing.
You know exactly what they'll do. They'll miss the 9 good things and they'll find the one bad thing.
100%. And they do it every time, and every club's no different. It's one of those things. Yeah, I'll be interested. For me, I'm interested to see who the lineup. Yeah. For me, I'm interested to see if Ben Kanarowski travels. If he doesn't travel, he has to travel. If he doesn't travel with that squad, that means he is injured. And if he's injured, I'm sorry.
Why is he still there?
Release the bloke from the contract. It's starting to become a bit irritating. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine if I asked that question in that presser, and do you reckon that would have been answered? Do you reckon, if I put my question forward to Pappas or whatever it was, saying, how's Ben Kanarowski been? Are we likely to see him in pre-season? Is he part of your plans and stuff like that? No way it would have been answered. It wouldn't have even been put through there. And yeah, for me that's the biggest topic. I don't need to know what his plans are. I don't need to know what Pappas. I don't need to know what Pappas' plans are. I don't need to know what formation he's going to play. I don't need to know what his starting lineup is expected to be. I don't care about any of that. I want to know about all our players, and we know about all of our players except for Ben Kanarowski.
Yeah.
He's wrapped in cotton wool. It's just, for me, that's my issue at the moment. I just want answers. I just want an answer. Not, look, he's looking okay. No. Is he injured? No, he's not injured. Okay, so why isn't he playing? Because he's not fit enough, or he's not part of my plans, or he hasn't been doing well enough in training, or whatever. Just tell me the truth. That's all I want. I just want the truth. Ben's getting fitter.
What? I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I am.
Anyway, we're going to wrap into it. Let's go. Friggin', as we said, plenty of managers have been asked in the coming weeks and months, etc. We may as well start with the Premier League because that's the league that everyone knows all about. So, friggin' from the top, it pretty much started at October 3rd. Cisco. Good old Cisco Munoz. Watford obviously was shown the door. Oh, no, Ben Kanerowski. Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought he was complimenting my... When he was complimenting me. Fuck. Don't do that to me, Luke.
Jesus Christ.
Don't put my hopes up and shoot me down.
So Watford swung the axe first, October 3rd. Steve Bruce was then next to go for Newcastle, which for me was just going to be the easiest one.
Yeah, everybody knew.
The biggest problem I've got with the Steve Bruce axing was the fact that they were looking. They openly stated that they were looking for a more experienced and younger head to take over the club. And where did they go? Straight to the champion. Straight to
Eddie Howe.
Straight to the championship. Technically, he's not coaching at the moment, but that's where he's
not.
That's where his last club is. And let's bring Eddie Howe up and give him a crack at friggin' the richest club in the world at the moment. Like, fuck.
What did I see? What joke did I see today? They've signed the man that spent $40 million on Jordan Ibe and Dominic Solanke, and they've handed him an open checkbook.
Yeah. Hey, those two blokes were a great bit of signing to get off our books. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you pocketed a cool $40 million in profit that you should have.
Yeah, that we should have, exactly. We paid $5 million for Solanke, and it was well friggin' earned. $5 million we paid for Solanke. Paid more than what we should have paid for him. So it was only fair that they delved into the $25 million realm and bought him for that. So Steve Bruce, as I was saying, was the next to go. Nuno Espirito Santo. For me, Tottenham let him go after 8 games.
I'm of the opinion, I reckon they swung the axe too early on him.
For me, the axe should never have come, because for me, I don't think he should ever have been given the job. At Tottenham.
Well, yeah. I mean, at the same point as well, what hope have you got when the club publicly come out and say that he was their 5th choice?
Yeah. The fact that
you're trying to shovel shit uphill then.
Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, you're looking out of this list that's been sacked so far. He's got to be the happiest out of the lot, considering he signed a 2-year deal, I think, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And he's seen 8 games of it, and he can now sit on his ass for the next 2 years and earn millions of dollars. Happy days. Thanks for coming. So for the next 2 years, Tottenham are going to have to pay him out. And if he takes a job tomorrow, for another 2 years, for another couple of $1 million, he's just making millions. Friggin'. So he's sitting there in the background going, it's all good. It's all good. I'll take it.
It's all good, yep. The merry-go-round continues.
Yeah. You can drop me pay by 30,000 a week or whatever it is, because I'll take that 30,000 and go buy someone else, because I'm still getting paid by Tottenham, so don't stress. So he was the next to go. For me, as I said, don't think he should have been there in the first place. I think personally there was, as I'm sure it was slim pickings at the time. There wasn't a great deal of coaches out there. For me, there had to be better choices at a club like that does not like to relinquish money. Right? They hate spending money. Money.
No, they don't. Daniel Levy doesn't like spending money.
The owner of the club does not like to spend cash. He will save every penny that he can, and if Harry Kane was ready to leave and walk out the door, he'd put him in a rehab centre for 6 months or whatever it was, and freaking hope that he'd come out of it okay. And he'd say, "You're right now. You're good, right? Oh yeah, no, I'm good. Let's go. Let's just play football." That done wonders. Don't let him go. Don't pocket friggin' $80-90 million for him and friggin' spend it on a crop of strikers. No, let's just give him what he wants.
Or what Levy will do is sell Kane for $100 million and then fuck off.
Sell Kane. It's like the old FIFA transfer, isn't it? Friggin' you sell the bloke for $65 million and then you only get $20 million out of the $65 million. So it's like, so we've sold him for $100 million. Here's 15. Don't spend it all at once. I'd like change if you can.
I sold a goalkeeper in Swindon for 1.2 and they gave me 800,000.
Exactly. Yeah,
where does the rest of it go?
Exactly.
Who's lining their pockets?
Exactly. So that happened on November 1st. And then Farke got the axe. Now this is the most bizarre scenario of football, right? He's been the coach there for nearly 4 years.
4 years.
Right? He's been up, he's been down, he's been up, he's been down. And then you sack him after their first win of the season. Like, it finally comes together. He's walking down the tunnel after that 90 minutes going, I'm onto something. Here it is.
No, you know what it is? Up, down, out.
Yeah.
Hooray! Out!
Yo-yo.
Take your wine with you.
Yo-yo broken. Out.
But the yo-yo string is finally snapped.
Yeah, for me, it's just bizarre. I heard the best call the other day, yesterday or the day before. It was one of them. It was recently anyway. It only happened 3 days ago. One of the guys that freaking comes in and picks some shit up from work is a Watford fan. He come in and he goes to me. He goes, "Well, that's ironic." They let him go after the first victory. I'm like, yeah, so that's a bit weird, isn't it? Friggin', you thought that you got their victory, you'd see how he goes maybe next week. And he goes, no, you know what it was? It was one of those friggin' team meetings where friggin' the coach is the only one that wasn't invited to the team meeting. It was just the owners and the players, and they've just gone, he's leaving tomorrow. So if you can do something now, we're going to bring such and such in. He's been a life, he's almost a life member. 4 years as a coach at one club. That's fucking like almost statue status. For a club like that, can we just send him out on a high, just so that he doesn't feel deflated? And then it's gone, yep, sounds good.
You know what? I can make the joke about this because I know the owner. You know who Norwich are owned by, yeah? Yeah. Fucking Delia Smith, mate. She would have cooked him a 3-course fucking meal and sent him out the door. She's a famous English fucking chef.
Yeah, with a doggy bag. Freaking there you go, chef.
Yeah, fucking here's your 3-course meal, mate. Out you go.
Bloody hell. I've been hanging to do this for ages, and now I can. So it's pretty much. So what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1.
I don't get to hear them, and they won't be in the recording.
Yeah. 2.
He's gone.
3.
He's gone.
4.
He's gone.
And the fifth and final one to round out the Premier League is the current. Ben's all hyped for this one. Good old Dean Smith at Villa. No, not even 24 hours after friggin' Norwich let go friggin' Farke, Dean Smith has been shown the door. Interesting one. It was very interesting.
Oh, it just makes it so much sweeter because he was booted in the arse by his boyhood club.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's just so sweet.
The biggest thing I've tried to work out in this, in what's happened to get him sacked, right? I can
tell you what's happened.
What?
I can tell you what happened.
What?
The owners let Grealish go.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
He was the glue that was holding that team together.
100%. And for me, the only thing I can think of is the fact that he was given the money after that scenario and said, now rebuild.
I don't think he made bad signings.
Oh, look, I don't think he didn't make overly bad signings. I wouldn't have signed Ings, personally. That's just me. Not saying he's a shit footballer. He can definitely play football.
No, they signed him coming off the back of good form from Southampton.
Yeah, and he hasn't done enough for me. You know, he's like one of those blokes. He
needs a partner in crime up top.
Yeah, he's like a Milner.
He
or
needs
something
somebody
like that,
more
you know?
mobile around him.
Yeah, he's like a Milner. Like he'll go all day and everything else, but ask him to do it on his own, and he's sort of lost.
He can't.
You know, like he just. Yeah,
he needs a more mobile, younger player up there with him. That's why he works so well with Che Adams.
Yeah, he needs definitely someone up there. For the biggest, so the biggest one for me, right, in regards to this, so they're the current coaches that have gone. You know, with Howe obviously going to Newcastle. Bloody who went to friggin' Watford? Well, Watford picked up bloody friggin'
Watford got Ranieri,
which is friggin' amazing. Like
that's a good pickup for them.
That's unbelievable pickup. And again, they're now doing great things. They're playing good football and so forth. And then you've got, you know, Newcastle. How went there? Nuno, and then they've brought in friggin' bloody
fucking Conte.
Yeah, which is just for. Probably you want to talk about fifth choices. He was probably their first choice.
Yeah. He was probably the one they wanted all along, and now they've got him.
Yeah, exactly right. Who else was there? Norwich. I'm not sure who's at Norwich or who's.
I don't think they've announced anything yet.
Yeah.
It's too early to tell for them. It was only 2 days ago.
Yeah. Continue. Hang on.
Oh, you want me to continue? And then you got Smithy. God, it's like that. We're gonna start calling these the Frank Lampard sackings when they get sacked from their boyhood clubs. That's what I'm gonna start calling them. Oh, well, it just makes it so much sweeter because it coincided with Birmingham's rise in form at the moment, which makes things absolutely brilliant. But let's not talk about that.
Exactly.
You
mate.
what? You want me to continue?
Yeah, keep going, mate. You're doing.
I mean, Brucey. Everybody saw the writing on the wall the minute the owners took charge. That was not an if; it was more of a when.
Yeah.
Farke was the one that really surprised me. He has assembled decent squads on what I would describe as a shoestring budget for the Premier League.
Yeah.
And you got to remember as well, they're still getting parachute payments from the last time they did the drop.
Yes.
So it's not like they don't have money to spend. I think Delia must be building a bigger kitchen. I think it's her and her boyfriend that own it or something.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend's a writer or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the Premier League that was.
It's interesting to think. You look at it now. The bottom five. Out of the bottom five clubs, Leeds and Burnley are the only two clubs now that have not sacked managers. Right. So Leeds won't sack friggin'.
They won't sack Bielsa.
They won't sack Bielsa. They may not renew his contract, but they will not sack him. I still think he's doing good things in what it is, the Premier League, and the jump and the funds and everything else. Burnley, well, they're not going to sack friggin' what's his name?
Sean Dyche.
They're going to sign him. They're going to axe him because they literally signed him like a 5-year deal or something. Like not that long ago, they signed him on like a long-term contract. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
at the start of the season.
But he's been at Burnley long term too.
Exactly. Yeah, it'd be nearly a decade or something. I think they.
They know they'll put faith in him because they know what he's capable of.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's one of those things. You look at some of the coaches now that are gone. Is it the coach or is it the players? You can't, like Spurs. It's got to be the players. When you're at a top club like that, it's not all the coach's fault. They shouldn't have to come in and do circle work and sit everyone down like it's friggin' everyone's first day on the fucking job. They should be able to just come in and just guide them and go, right, this is the direction. Let's go. You know, are there any dramas? Do we have any conflicts? Let's fix the conflicts. You know, other than that, they shouldn't have to do much. They should be able to just go out there and just go, right, boys, freaking, this is the way we're going. Sort it out. You know, if it's not been sorted out, well, fuck, it's a player issue for me, not a coach.
Yeah. You
know, friggin', but yeah. Anyway, we'll continue on our merry way. As Ben said, that's the Premier League that was. It's now changed, and we'll see for the clubs.
We'll probably see more.
I wouldn't be surprised. Definitely wouldn't be surprised if we see if we don't see any more. You know, Brentford's not going to sack their coach. That's a given. Rodgers for me has got to be on thin ice at Leicester.
Yeah.
I don't think he's done enough there to sort of keep his job long term.
He's had a shaky start this season.
Yeah, definitely had a shaky start. And again, the money's not overly there. He hasn't been given a great deal of funds to work with. So, yeah, time will tell.
But the ties are patient.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest.
They're not going to swing the axe too heavy. They're not known for it. I think when they sacked Ranieri, it was they gave him 8 or 9 weeks after when they first said, "Oh, you're on thin ice." They're not in 150% danger, but there are some clubs. But yeah, it's the age-old. Well, it's the more recent modern football conundrum. It's all well and good to sack a manager, but at the moment, there's not a lot out there of that sort of quality that they're looking for that's going to be able to replace them. I did see that Lampard has put his hand up for the Norwich job. I don't think that's wise. Gerrard's been linked with the job as well. I think Gerrard was linked... Oh, I can't remember. They did say he was linked to another job, but I can't remember who it was, and he sort of shut that down pretty quick. But yeah, it's. I mean, fuck. What do you say? It is the revolving door. We'll move, Big Sam. Fucking Big Sam.
Apologies. 5-year-old daughter needed a drink. Anyway, so yeah, where were we? Big Sam.
I was just discussing the fact that Frank Lampard has thrown his hat in the ring for the Norwich job.
Ooh. Yeah.
And that Stevie Gerrard was linked with a team, but I can't remember who the fuck it was. I think it might have been Villa.
Villa? Shit, eh?
Well, I fucking hope not.
He'll take any...
I like Steven Gerrard.
He'll be linked to any club in the Premier League at the moment.
Well, it's the same thing. I used to like Danny Ings, but I can't sign him ever again now.
Yeah, big problems there. Yeah, so what's everyone else's thoughts? What are your thoughts on the sackings? Harsh, fair? You know, who do you reckon might be on the chopping block next for the Premier League? We'll leave that open to you guys to have your thoughts and so forth while we move down the pecking order.
We go to Spain.
Down the pecking order to the La Liga. The La Liga. So they've sacked 3 so far. All in October, so day apart between Paco Lopez from Levante, Mikel from Getafe, and then the big one.
The obvious one.
The obvious one, Ronald Koeman at Barcelona. You know, what was that? 10 games or something?
4 in 10.
4 in 10. 4 in 10. Yeah, look, you know. Shit. Barcelona aren't what they used to be, and either are their funds. So,
yeah, but at the same point with the quality of players he's got.
Oh, 100%.
He was losing to no-name teams.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem, isn't it?
He got sacked not because of his players. He got sacked purely for Barcelona pride.
Yeah. Timmy Wood, Stevie G will wait for Klopp to retire. Well, he won't retire. Jeez.
Well, Klopp won't retire.
I hope Stevie G's not waiting for him to fucking retire. He'll be nearly 20 years down the friggin' down the footpath. Fuck.
20 years and a second hair transplant.
Yeah, Christ. And bloody new freaking laser eye work. Fucking hell.
No. I'll give Klopp his due. Klopp has always come out and stated that he will leave Liverpool once his job is done.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. And he stated that, and this will be his last contract. I think he's got 2 seasons left. There was massive talk of Stevie G coming to the club in the final year of Klopp's contract. So it's a swift takeover. The biggest thing that Liverpool have in their favour of that is Stevie G will go there for peanuts for 12 months.
He'll come on as a coach.
He doesn't. It's not a big, we'll give you $20 million to come here or whatever it is. Liverpool go, we're going to put you on as an assistant coach so that you can learn from him and he can give everything that he needs to you to take over with. And, we're going to pay you fucking half of what you're on at Rangers at the moment. And he'll go, no problem. He won't even bat an eyelid. He could take a freaking 80% pay cut from Rangers and he'll go. He's like, yep, no worries, sign.
Yeah.
Give me the pen. For me, I hope that's what happens. I hope that's what happens. Stevie G can coach anywhere in the Premier League he likes, right? Don't care, because I know he won't go to Everton. It just won't happen.
Gerrard among favourites for the Villa job.
They could throw him freaking extra $40 million on top of fucking any Premier League club and he won't go there. Right? It's just not going to happen. He will never go to Everton. So for me, he can coach anywhere he wants in the Premier League. He can go to Watford, he can go to Leeds, he can go to anywhere. Don't care.
There you go. Rangers boss Steven Gerrard, Southampton manager Ralph Hasenhüttl, and Denmark head coach Kasper Hulmand are all favourites to replace Dean Smith at Aston Villa.
Yeah. Stevie G came out not long ago and stated that he didn't want to leave Rangers mid-season. So unless he was sacked. So I don't think he's going to probably take the job. But anyway, we'll see what happens anyway. Man United, Stevie G. Yeah, it's another club you will not go to. I'm telling you.
No, you won't.
Stevie G is the type of bloke who will go to a club that needs his help. Not a club that wants his help. Yeah. And that was the perfect fit with Rangers. Rangers needed help. They were a club that needed to get back to where they were 10, 15 years ago. And he helped them do that. Not because they wanted to, because they needed to. As I said, Ronald Koeman. So they're the 3 out of Spain. As I said, Levante, Getafe, and Barcelona are the 3 clubs that have made decisions early in La Liga. We're not going to rattle on through these because, as we said, you guys will more so know the clubs than you will a lot of the managers. Not knocking on your football history. I'm sure there's blokes out there who know exactly who these guys are. But majority. We'll say majority. Serie A. What do we got? Eusebio Di
Francesco.
From Verona. That was an early one, September 14.
2 on the same day.
2 on the same day. Leonardo Semplici. He got the boot from friggin' Cagliari, which was an interesting one for me.
Did you see who replaced him at Cagliari?
I did.
Walter Mazzari?
I did. I do believe friggin' the biggest one for me
Genoa.
Is Genoa.
Genoa.
Shevchenko.
Yeah, Ballardini went and less than 12 hours later they announced they got Andrei Shevchenko.
For me, that's a big sign.
That's massive.
I would love to know what they've friggin' offered him to come there because,
he was very loyal to the Ukraine national team and he has done a good job with them considering the utter trash that he started with.
Yeah. And I think that's probably the big reason why he felt more so okay to go because he's done so much. He's left the country, the national team, in a much better place than what it was, and hopefully someone else can do something with it. And if not,
of course, we're missing Fabrizio Castori.
Yes. From
Salernitana.
October.
Who
17th.
replaced him? Stefano Colatano.
Yeah, Stefano. So that's pretty much what we're looking at in the Serie A. Bundesliga, not too much has happened there, but again, big name,
Big name.
big club. Friggin' Axie.
I wouldn't say big club, but
Oh, they're a big club, big money club. They got plenty of dollars.
they got money.
Plenty of dollars. So yeah, Van Bommel has been footed out the door on October 24th. Yeah. So the biggest thing was, he failed at PSV. That was the biggest problem. So it must have been a very interesting, risky move. I don't know what they must have been expecting out of him. But it's failed, like he did at PSV. Four wins to start. So he won his first 4 Bundesligas.
He started well.
Yeah, won the first 4 games. Stumbled against mid-table opponents. Better teams in the Champions League, and an 8-game spell without a win led to the Volkswagen drawing a line under the rookie head coach this time. So yeah,
At least he would have came cheap because they would have only hired him as a head coach and not a manager.
Yes. In saying that though, they friggin' did sign him with an absolute ripper of a coach. Friggin' one for me who is doing an absolute banging job in the coaching world. He
Corfeld.
Yeah, Florian.
Yeah.
He's an absolute legend. I would love to see him in the Premier League because he is out of this world. He wasn't a bad player. Wasn't a shit player. Wasn't a fantastic player.
He was a bang average player, but his tactical brain, fuck me.
He was better
what
than
goes
Klopp.
on inside that man's head?
He was better than Klopp, as Klopp's openly come out and stated.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a really good coach. Really good coach. He knows his shit, and he'd be a massive boost for any Premier League club if they could get him. Someone like him at Leeds would be fucking wow.
They said the same thing for years about fucking what's his name? Ralph Hasenhüttl.
Yeah, another one, another good one. Yeah.
Did bangers with Hoffenheim. And he was only a young coach. I think he was like 29 or 30 or something. He was young.
Yeah. No.
But completely tore apart the Hoffenheim side, and then he moved to Schalke and had a rough trot. Started well at Schalke, but then had a rough trot.
Yep.
And then took the job over in the Prem.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the leagues. As we said, no one in the Farmers League has been axed as of yet. Not to say that may not come sooner rather than later.
It will.
I haven't been paying too much attention this year, but I've seen PSG.
I think I've only watched one game from the Farmers League this year.
I've seen PSG get friggin' torn apart a few times, so it's got to be risky.
Yeah.
It's got to be risky.
They're not playing too well.
Yeah, I've got no idea. I couldn't even tell you. I'm sure I can find it in about 5 seconds of what they're sitting at currently, which will be about tables. French Ligue 1. Oh, they're still sitting on top. They've lost 1, drawn 1. It's their Champions League game. Hasn't been that crucial. Lens, who's sitting down the bottom of these guys that are in the struggle? Like Bordeaux sitting freaking.
Saint-Etienne.
Yeah, Metz.
Second last.
Monaco sitting 11th. Like, Lyon sitting 7th.
The big one for me
Lens.
is Lille in 12th after winning Ligue 1 last year.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? But again, it's like a Leicester winning.
They've won 1 out of their last 5.
It's like Leicester winning the league. It's just like you just don't expect it to happen, and then this happens next year, and you go, that's better. That's where they should be. For me, the ones to watch, friggin' Lens on fire.
Yeah.
They are freaking killing it at the moment. Lost 3, drawn 3, won 7. They're 10 points behind friggin' PSG, which is just bullshit. It's just
The one team league.
PSG need to get the fuck out of that league. It's just a joke. But Lens, friggin' interesting. Interesting to see them doing pretty good at the moment. What else we got? Friggin', so that's pretty much the coaches at this point. that have been axed. I'm sure we'll see plenty more between now and the international break closes up. As we said, Western Sydney Wanderers, they're probably top of the list at the moment in regards to coaches and coaches being on the chopping block. He's got to have a good season. He's got to have a good start. We won't see the end of the season. If he doesn't have a good start, he'll be struggling.
Yeah.
For me, Brisbane will probably swing the axe if they don't get off to a decent start. He'll probably get more chance than Western Sydney.
Oh, Mooney.
Yeah, but Mooney's risk. It's a risky business, you know. It's a rookie coach, and he needs to show results, and this is the year that he needs to do it because he's now got full signing. Every signing that he's brought in is his own.
Okay, that's why.
What?
I've solved the problem as why Lille are in 12th. They let their championship manager go.
Oh wow! Let him go.
He's at Nice.
Oh, they're sitting above. Are they sitting above? No.
Nice are sitting 3rd.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, I'm solving all the hard questions. Bit of digging. Strasbourg are an outlier in that league as well, sitting in 8th.
Yeah.
Only made the jump last year. Anyway, yes, A-League managers. I'd be happy to see Carl Robinson lose his job first. That would make me very happy. We should have a party.
Yes, that'd be nice.
Well, half of him's gone.
Yep.
Now, what half is that? Is it the brains or is it the brawn?
Yeah. Interesting.
Let's just see how much of an impact Kenny Miller did have.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. Yeah,
because I reckon it's a lot more than what everybody lets on.
Yeah. And I totally agree. It'd be very interesting to see how he goes now that he's on his own and he's.
I was about to say, is he named an assistant yet?
He's got to rely. I think they did. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost certain they definitely have. What do we got? I was about to say something. Former Western Sydney forward Mohammed Adam has left Greek outfit Xanthi FC and is on the hunt for a new European club.
Who's this?
What do we got? Mohammed Adam. So
Mo Adam.
Yeah, the youngster that was at Western Sydney Wanderers. He was at Xanthi. He was one of the other ones that went over to Xanthi. He's pulled the pin on his contract and he's now...
Which means there's only one left now.
Yeah, keeper. Reza.
Yeah, Paul Izzo.
Yeah. And what do we got? Friggin' obviously...
I'll tell you what, if Adelaide was smart...
Yeah.
I'd be giving him a ring.
Absolutely.
They need a decent man between the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Dalinov played well last year.
Yep.
But he'd have three good games and then one absolute fucking howler.
Yep. Just rattling through some news that we've got here at the moment, guys. What else we got? Yaya El Hindi, young Aussie, is set to join Schalke. After impressing with the trial period over there currently. So he's over there on trial at the moment. And looks like he will be picking up a 2-year contract with Schalke. So interesting to see what comes of that youngster. I've never even heard of him. The Central Coast Mariners.
That's because A, he doesn't represent Australia, he represents Lebanon. And he's clubless. Was left clubless in September after a move to Greek side Xanthi broke down.
Who are we talking about?
Yaya Al Hindi.
Oh, right. There you go.
There you go.
Well, there you go. This is exclusive Aussie set to sign for Schalke. Anyway.
Who do you used to play for?
You must be down here.
Rockdale City.
Oh, okay. Righto. Very good. Central Coast Mariners have come out and said that they are going to stick with the kids. New Central Coast Mariners boss Nick Montgomery says the club will keep developing and producing its own players as seeks to repeat last season's impressive performance. Yeah.
Lightning doesn't strike the same place twice, sorry.
It's very rare if it does. That'll be interesting.
Lightning does not strike the same place twice.
Yep, 100%. Cyrus Starmy, the Brisbane, the young bloke from Brisbane who's been shining.
Oh yeah,
in trials and so forth. Got a call from Liberia, which was his, I believe, his mum's birth country. And he's apparently knocked them back. He got a call up for them for the international break this window, and he's knocked them back to hopefully try his luck at cracking the Socceroos.
Fair call.
So yeah, good luck to him. He's been playing pretty good football. Always looking for good strikers.
Mm.
Loving life up here. Australian fullback Regan Ogle is thriving at League 2 club Hartlepool United and enjoying promotion into the third tier. There you go. Another.
Yeah, because Hartlepool came up into the EFL League 2.
Yes, they did. And
oh, you're looking at the Aussies Abroad article.
Former Joey's winger Tristan Hammond, this is a new one. It's only happened the other day. Has knocked back an approach to switch allegiance to Peru, opting to instead pursue a future as an Olyroos and potential Socceroo star. There you go. I think he's in France.
His name?
Joey's winger, Tristan Hammond. Hammond, and Tristan, Tristan. But yeah, Montgomery.
He said Austrian wine.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Montgomery won't be there long. Yeah, probably not. Fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed.
No, he will. If they're sticking, if they're sticking with the kids,
yeah.
If they're sticking with youth, they'll keep him.
Yeah. You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right.
He'll do the season.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it. As I said, it's going to be a short and sweet episode, this one, as it's international breaks. It's just there's not much going on, other than that's why we figured we sort of hit with the coach scenario, because it's been pretty hectic. But we are going to leave the episode. We can't go past talking about the Aussies. We're coming home. Yes, that's right. This time it is coming home. The Aussies are coming home. It didn't happen to England, but it's happening to Australia. The boys are coming home. They're going to play on home soil for the first time in Christ knows how long.
Thank God.
It's going to be good to see them play in Sydney. It's going to be great for the fans to get down there and cheer on the boys. For me, it's do or die. We need to beat Saudi Arabia to make our life a little bit easier for qualification. Otherwise, we're just in another shit fight and freaking having to play thirds and fourths and fucking shit like that. We don't want to do that. Yeah, we'll still be sitting second, but Japan are now, they got their win that they needed and are going to come home strong. Pardon me for me. But an interesting one. Interesting squad. Did you see the squad?
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was very interesting. You know, your Matty Ryans, your Lawrence Thomas and Vuka were pretty straightforward. And then, what do we got? I'm hoping this is the updated one, because I just had a look at it. Aziz Bayich, Deganak, Callum Elder.
Yeah, Ryan, from Hull.
From Hull, yeah. Ryan Grant, Karasic, Trent Saints.
Oh, Frank Karasic, yeah.
No, this isn't the one. This is not the one. It's got Trent Sainsbury in it. As soon as I seen him, I'm sitting there going, that flop's not in there. Here we go.
Taggart won't be in there because he's injured.
Aziz Bayich, Martin Boyle, Milos Deganak, Kenneth Dougal, Mitch Duke, Callum Elder, John Rue, Ryan Grant, Hrustic, Irvine, Jego, Karisic, Lecky, Mobile, Jamie McLaren, Riley McGree, Naboot, Rukovica, Matt Ryan. No, this is fucking old. Trent Sainsbury's still there. Fuck off. Really? Australia will play its Socceroo squad 8th to 17th of November. No, it must be it. I didn't think he got named, Sainsbury. I thought he was out. Anyway, Harry Souter, Stensness.
So I seen Stenson's got a call up.
From Vikings in Norway, getting a run.
The ex-Jippo.
Yeah, Lawrence Thomas, Denny Vukovic are the ones there. So, you know, it's good to see. It's good to see. You know, some of the guys. You know, Rukovic is killing it over in Israel. Andrew Naboot, you know, no surprise. They're bringing from home now because it's easy and they can. Taggart doesn't help that, so obviously they needed depth. Riley McGree killing it at Birmingham at the moment. He's scoring freely. He's playing good football at the moment and linking up really well, friggin' down that friggin' channel. And yeah, it's good to see. Good to see him playing some good footy. McLaren, meh, is what it is. Mobile, doing good things after being on the scrap heap there at friggin' Michelin. He's found some good form and he's playing pretty much 90 minutes week in, week out at the moment, which was good to see as well. Lecky, you know, the biggest thing for me, you've got Melbourne City's front three, right? If Melbourne City's front three is getting selected to represent their country, what does that spell for the league?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Seriously. You've got three of our best strikers, you know, nationally at the moment, all playing on home soil and all for the one club. Like, fucking ridiculous. What do we got? Karasic over there in Italy. Jego in Greece. Irvine killing it. Even if he's in League 2 or 3 or some shit down there, friggin' the Levi jeans.
Yeah.
He's doing good things over there. He scored the other week. Scored a belter. Hrustic at Eintracht. Ryan Grant. John Rue. John Rue's playing good footy at Toulouse. I reckon he's playing better football.
Oh, Jean Rue, yeah.
John Rue, he's playing better football in for his league than his country. Just me, but
That's standard.
feeling well.
I didn't think he played too great for MacArthur last year anyway.
Nah. Callum Elder, good to see him getting a crack.
Well, yeah, considering Hull League 1.
Yeah. Kenneth Dougal, Degenak, killing it. Martin Boyle, friggin' playing some good footy at the moment.
Killing it.
Yeah, he's playing some good. He needs to play some more game. You know, for me, he's got to be our starting striker. He's just, yeah, doing good things. Yeah, the fact that he's 10 games and 5 goals, doesn't say much more than that. Bajic obviously is the other one as well.
Oh, fuck, should be dropped from this squad because of his antics against fucking Japan.
Well, hopefully he sort of, yeah.
I said to you before he conceded that goal, about half an hour beforehand, get Bajic off, he's a fucking liability.
Yep.
And sure as shit, half an hour later, he concedes an own goal. Don't get me wrong, I've always had nothing but nice things to say about Aziz Bajic. I've always rated him.
Yeah.
But in that game, he just looked completely off and completely lost.
Newcastle Olympic might cause an upset versus the Bulls. Hey, we can only hope so. Fingers crossed.
Well, we did.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
We did.
But yeah, so that's pretty much that. So we've got international football, which is fantastic.
On the championship now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they got promoted.
Freaking tore League 1 apart.
And so they fucking should.
No one doubt. It was like non-existent. They could have rested their squad for half the season. International football, which is good. I think it's Thursday night in Sydney for the boys. So everyone will be watching that, no doubt. And then the FFA Cup over the weekend, Friday, Saturday. I don't know if there's anything on Sunday, but good on Geelong for postponing the game for us. It's to 7:45. Shit for us down here. We've got to wait that long for kickoff, but it means
Fine. It means I can work during the day.
Well, yeah, but it means that we can watch the the local Newcastle sides play the FFA Cup without friggin' having to try and fucking pick a game. Because they were both scheduled to friggin' play. Like, it was meant to overlap.
Yeah, that's fine. I just had it on my phone and put my wireless earbuds in.
Hey, look at you go. Now I'll just sit at the pub and watch it. Anyway.
Yeah, now we'll just yell at the pub staff and go, hey, go turn that on.
Yeah, fuck it. What was I going to say? There's something else I was going to say. Friggin' the girls, shattered. Fantastic news for Newcastle. Yeah, fantastic news, but I'm shattered. That the girls get to play friggin' the United States in Newcastle in November. Friggin' gutted, because it's like the one game that I've always wanted to watch. The Matildas play is the States. Doesn't get any bigger than that for me. I've watched them play Brazil. I've watched them play England. Watching them play the States is the pinnacle, and looks like I'll have to wait until the friggin' World Cup in 2023. But anyway, just to see that one. But yeah, so friggin' good things there that the women are getting recognised and getting plenty of games out here now in the breaks and so forth. And yeah, other than that, we'll try and do our best to get something to use on the Saturday, whether we sort of do something in the car on the way down, or we catch up with we'll probably catch up with the Western Service crew and all out West guys on the Saturday, having a couple of beers. So we might friggin' try and do something with them and so forth. But yeah, other than that, we'll catch you guys next week. As I said, we'll find something. We'll put something out live, or we'll record it and post it at some point. But yeah, other than that, enjoy your week. Enjoy your football, whatever it may be, or whoever it may be supporting. Good luck for your tips next week. Got to be better. I've got to beat 4, so friggin' shouldn't be too hard.
I'm going to beat 3.
Friggin' piece of piss.
I said that last week when I only got 4.
Hey, look at you, went backwards. Here's what it is, I suppose. But yeah, other than that, guys, we do thank everyone for jumping on. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're new, be sure to go and subscribe to the YouTube side of things. Be sure to go and see us over on Twitch, Anchor, Spotify, and Apple. Muchly appreciated. We will try and get some more contact, try and get some more interviews done with players and coaching staff and everything else. It's just a little bit harder now that everyone's sort of right in that rant spot, getting ready for the season to start and everything else. So we'll try and do our best to get anyone we can find. If you know anybody and so forth on the side of social media side of things, let us know. Don't go bothering them and so forth. Come to us first, I suppose, is probably the biggest thing, and we wouldn't want to bother them and so forth. And at the end of the day, we don't want to get somebody on who's going to take sort of 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
We'll do the legwork.
Huh?
We'll do the legwork.
Yeah, like if you've got anybody and stuff like that, be sure, friggin', throw them our way, or and so forth. But just be careful. We don't want to waste their time. Is the biggest one. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So. Yeah. Other than that, we'll catch you guys later. I believe Ben touched on last week the Movember. It's a Movember massive month and everything else. So yeah, be sure that you guys are doing your bit, whatever it may be, donating, friggin' growing a mow, all those sort of things. I believe their goal's around $1,500. They're pushing $900 now, so they're smashing it.
Yeah, we've got stretch goals as well.
So their main goal is $1,500. Not expecting to get there, but they're hitting 900, so they're friggin' killing the friggin' dollars in that regards.
We've got till the end of the month.
End of the month, smash it out. So yeah, be sure go over and do your bit, donate. As I said, as little as $1 is, it's that little bit. Yeah, just whatever you guys can afford. $1 to them, $10 a month to the friggin' Jets membership.
Yeah, there's a couple of things now that have been done. So you will see me in drag.
Hey.
You will see me forced to play a few games of Phasmophobia with 3 other people who have never played it before, that also don't do horror games very well. So I'm going to squeal like a bitch. I'm also putting a self-imposed, I'm not allowed to learn the game or play the game and learn the buttons, so I will be going in completely blind.
Nice. That's how we like to see it.
I've downloaded it. I haven't even opened it to deal with the settings yet.
Beautiful. That's what we like.
And I won't till day of.
Good.
Currently, right now, they are playing Battle of the Sexes.
Ooh.
So there's a boys' team and a girls' team, obviously.
Is that like a quiz thing, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's good.
Don't know if there's another one for me. I think that. Oh, and I've got a 1v1 in Ultimate Team.
Yeah. But yeah, so no, as I said, be sure go do what you guys can. If it's not for the GPU or whatever you call it,
Global Players United now.
Yeah.
Change your name finally.
Absolutely. If it's not for those guys, whatever it is around, you see a tin and stuff like that, throw a few bob in there and so forth. It's a good cause, and as I said, what's the slogan? Freaking shave and mow, save a bro.
Grow a mow, save a bro.
Yeah. So yeah. Little things like that. As I said, if you can't grow and mow, do what Ben's doing, and
Currently, because I'm doing Move for Movember at the same time, my running for the month, or jogging for the month, or exercise or movement for the month, I'm currently sitting 8 days in, and I'm already at 6.5 kilometers.
Very good. Very, very good.
I know it shows, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Slim fitting. Anyway, guys, we are going to leave it there. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you for everyone who's jumped in tonight. The regulars, as always. We'll see you guys next week. Be sure, as I said, major sponsor of the show, Gabriel Mar Optometrist. Be sure to go see those guys. If you are in the area for any of your eye care needs, it would be muchly appreciated. We have some good stuff coming towards the end of the year and stuff like that. We'll have a new sponsor on board at some point, whether that happens at the end of this year or into the new year. But that'll be on board. A lot of you guys should know them anyway. Kafey Cafe, if you have not been there, if you have not eaten there, if you have not experienced the cafe itself, run by an absolute legend. Liverpool tragic like myself. The boys get there every morning and so forth to watch the Liverpool games. One of the best brekkies and coffees you'll ever have. And does some wonderful things.
As a Melbourne coffee snob, I concur.
Yeah.
I can agree
with that. I
don't drink
coffee, and friggin' it's good shit.
And I do. Lots of it.
But yes, so they're up at the top of the town there in the old mall. So, if you're around there and so forth, stop in, say good day, go grab a meal. It's he's pretty much catering for everybody these days, from your keto people to your freaking vegans and stuff like that. He's got the lot. The dog, even your pet can get a drink and friggin' like a beer and cupcake or some shit like that. So he's got everything going there. So we'll be doing some stuff with him in the new year for sure. He did send me some stuff down to sort of whack on, but the green is really good. We've outmoved the green screen, so I'll probably whack that on and so forth and do up a photo and so forth at some point. But yeah, those guys will be jumping on board. So we thank them very much for everything that they're going to contribute to in the near future. And other than that, mate, we'll thanks for jumping on as always.
It's a pleasure, my friend.
Not too easy, mate. Muchly appreciated. Enjoy your footy. We will finally this weekend on Saturday night down in Geelong, probably in the freezing cold or the pissing down rain. It's guaranteed what's going to happen. And we'll see you guys real soon. Take it easy, and until next time, we hate
Co-Scum.
No scum. Absolutely. Enjoy your week, guys. Take it easy. Bye bye.